My ears are alive with the sound of music. Hello everybody, it is Monday night. You know what that means. Monday night mini medicine card readings. Welcome, come on in. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we're going to pull some cards tonight. So the way this works is the first 6 people to comment yes get a 1 card reading. Awesome. Hello, Tammy. You are the first one up. Yay. I missed you guys, Roulette. I missed you and Joe. It's been a little while. Awesome. Hey, Deb. Hey, Emerald. Woohoo! All right. And Valerie. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have our 6. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. We have our 6 people who will get a 1 card reading, and if you were not lucky enough to jump on and get the very first rush of things, choose a number between 1 and 6, or choose a couple numbers, or 3 or 4 or 5, or all 6 numbers. And I promise you that whatever your questions are, they will be answered in the process of, even if they are pointed toward a specific person, your questions will be answered as well, I promise you. So, I am outside again. It's just too gorgeous to be inside. This is where I am. I'm in a little slightly different spot. I'm under these beautiful trees. Someone else had the spot that I normally sit in. So this is where we are. And somewhere over here lives a little beaver. So maybe Beaver will make himself known tonight. I don't know. Oh, and we're joined by this other... It's not going to let me... There we go. Look at that black and white. I don't know what kind of insect that is. And I thought I'd leave him alone and not poke him with a stick. So we just kind of welcome him. Or her, and I'm gonna Google it later. So, all right, so this is where we are. All right, cha-cha-cha. So, again, thank you for joining us. My only ask for watching this video is that you please share this video. If there's anyone you know that could use a little guidance, whatever, please share this with them, with their page, or their in Messenger, or you can tag people in the comments. Whatever suits your fancy. So, I have not even gotten my cards out yet, so. Whew. All right. Oops. Here we go. Let's just dive on in. Tammy, my friend, you are first. So card number 1. Let's see. Tammy, you got links in reverse. So, Lynx is kind of the matron saint of psychics and seers. And she is the keeper of secrets. So in reverse, it's kind of like trying to figure out how to say this. It's, you know, she is the keeper of secrets. You look at that gaze and she looks right through you. She doesn't look at you. She looks through you and she knows everything about you, right? But in order to do that, she has to have total clarity of herself. She can't have any secrets of herself. Otherwise, she's not going to be able to see through the facade, through the illusion of the world to what lies underneath it. So, what I'm feeling is that maybe you are in the process of uncovering something. There might be something something that you haven't wanted to look at, something that you've been kind of keeping a secret, not only from the world, but from yourself. And so in, you know, one thing about the commitment to a shamanic life, to a spiritual life of any sort, is integrity, right? No one has more integrity than cats. And part of that integrity, it's not just doing what is right when nobody is looking. Integrity is being whole. Leaving no stone unturned. It's like uncovering all the dark, shadowy corners, and it's not in order to dredge up all the old pain and darkness and trauma and all of that. It's actually the opposite, because as links and having the ability to see through the illusion, it's kind of like, where are your blind spots? Where are you only seeing the surface? Where are you unable to see deeper than just what the surface appears to be displaying, right? And the thing is, a lot of us are afraid to dive deep. And I know that's not you, Tammy. I know. But a lot of times we're hesitant to go deep, to like uncover things, because we're so afraid. We are told from birth, right, that we are born in sin. We are told that there is something fundamentally wrong with us, that we are paying for the sins of our fathers and mothers and their fathers and mothers and their fathers and mothers, and that we have to atone, and that there's something basically wrong with us, and we have to make it right. We have to earn the love of the universe, of the creator, of divinity, however you see that. And so even me, like, I have been on this path, I've been on a spiritual path literally all my life. And I still find little dark corners inside my soul that I'm afraid to open up, because what if there's something there that's going to undermine everything about who I am and what I believe? And I'm here to tell you, there is nothing you can uncover that, well, how do I put it? You are fundamentally perfect. And that doesn't, not perfect in the way of, you know, that's it, I'm done, perfect. It's perfect in every moment. which opens the way for evolution, for change, for learning, for growth. But in every moment, you are perfect. You are basically perfect. You were born of love. You are born into a loving universe. So there is nothing fundamentally wrong with you. So if you're digging deep, if you're uncovering things from the past, if you haven't hit the light, you still have digging to do, because ultimately uncovering all the secrets, uncovering all the dark corners, bringing light into the darkness, ultimately you're going to find creator, spirit, divinity, whatever you want to call it. That is who you are in your essence. And so don't be afraid of the dark corners of your soul. There is nothing, like I say all the time, in your essence, you are love. You are joy. That is who you are. And there is nothing and nobody who can change that. Nothing you have ever done has besmirched that original divinity. There is nothing you can do that can even put a smudge on that original light essence that you are. And so, and especially being on a shamanic path, I talk about the hollow bone, right? Our job is to become the hollow bone, to become clearer and clearer so spirit can move through us into the world. So we are the hands and the voice and the eyes of spirit. And so on this, it doesn't matter what kind of spiritual path, shamanic or otherwise, you will continually be challenged to look deeper and to clear as much, to become as clear of a channel as you can for spirit. Because every little shadow, every little preconceived idea or prejudice creates a filter that spirit cannot come through clearly. So don't be afraid to look into the darkness, okay? The darkness is not evil. There is darkness and there is light. They are both part of divinity. The darkness is the womb of the mother, the womb, the void from which all things are created. The light is bringing those into awareness. And so don't be afraid to clear your path, to clear yourself, whatever it is, whatever old feelings, let them come up. But I was doing that just before this video. I was having these old feelings come up of inadequacy and lack, feeling disconnected, right? Old feelings. But the more you resist them, the stronger they become. So I was sitting here acknowledging them, feeling the feeling, embracing the feeling, allowing it, telling that feeling you are allowed to be here. And as you do that, you show love to that part of you, that past part of you that originally felt that feeling in similar circumstances or was triggered. And that's what's coming up. That is your younger self coming up. The part of you that didn't get the love they needed at the time. And so by allowing that feeling to come up without resistance, holding space, being the hollow bone for that feeling, allowing its space to move up and out. Okay, does that make sense? Because how do I put it? You're meant to experience your greatness. There's, you know, that kind of self-assuredness, almost cockiness, arrogance that cats display. It's only arrogance if it's not true. You are great. And this is allowing you to clear all the shadows, the doubts, and the things that tell you that you are not great. You are dropping all the ballast so that your spirit can rise to where it is meant to be. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. So, all right, Roulette. Yay, Roulette and Joe are back. Card number 2 for Roulette. Oh, let's see. Okay, I wasn't getting my comments. Oh, okay. Devlin, you're here. Hey, Devlin, my friend. All right. Devlin, you can have Valerie's card. Thank you, love. I can pull you a card later if you would like. You're so welcome, Tammy. Exactly, Tammy. Sorry, I'm catching up with my comments because they were like turned off or something. But you got it exactly right. The other thing, like the like toxic positivity, you know, it's like, it's gotta be light. Oh, I love you too, Devlin. I'm so glad you're here. We see the dark and we think we gotta transmute it. And it's like, no. Observe it. Talk to it. Ask it what it has for us to learn from. Because it's all one. So, good job, Tammy. All right, so Roulette. All right, Roulette. Roulette, you got the butterfly. So obviously, there is some sort of transformation taking place for you. Maybe that's why you haven't been here for a few weeks or whatever. I've been in the chrysalis, but I keep getting this vision of the butterfly having just crawled out of the chrysalis, so its wings are still wet and it can't fly. I don't know if that fits, like if you're feeling the feeling I'm getting is that there's like bucketfuls of relief, like you had just come out, like you have just emerged from something, like something was confining you and you finally broke free of it, right? But the thing is, but wait, there's more. It's like you've crawled out of that confinement, you've crawled out of what had imprisoned you, but you haven't even spread your wings yet. There's so much better to come. Is all the work you did in the slime in your cocoon is going to start paying off, and you're going to find yourself moving lighter and with more freedom than you ever have before. The things that used to bug you or to hold you down or distract you from your path are not even there anymore. You left those in the cocoon. So it's like just there's this I don't know if anyone knows who Paul Reiser is. He was a comedian back in the 80s and 90s. He was the star of that TV show, Mad About You. Hi, Samantha. Actually, we've got all 6 of our people chosen already, but if you want to choose a number between 1 and 6, we're on number 2. If you want to choose a number between 1 and 6, or a couple of numbers, that will be your guidance for tonight. Thank you for joining us. So Paul Reiser wrote a book called Couplehood. It was about his relationship, and it's hilarious. I read it way back in the 90s, and one of the parts that I always remind, I am getting to a point. He talks about, so it's like, it's a beautiful, sunny, warm day, and you're just emerging from the ocean, swimming. It's like your skin is glistening, the sun is warm, the water is cool. Everything just feels so good. It's like it's perfect. It couldn't get any better. And then all of a sudden, the water drains from your ears, and it gets that much even better than it was before. It's kind of like that's the feeling I'm trying to talk about. It's like there's this total relief of things that no longer bind you. But this is just the beginning. You are going to find so much more freedom. You're going to it's like, it's got this image. It's like you're going to be walking down the street, just kind of humming to yourself, just minding your own business. And all of a sudden you're going to look down, and the sidewalk is going to be, way below you because you lifted off. It's like you're just gonna find yourself in the sky, dancing, letting your true colors show. No holding back. Kind of like what I was talking about with the links. It's like that transparency. It's like authenticity. You get exactly what you see. There are no pretenses. It's like, ta-da, I'm here, right? So good job. You've put in the work and it shows. Left the heaviness in the cocoon. And just bringing everything that makes you light with you. Let all the heaviness behind, and one of these days you're going to open your eyes and discover you're like 10 feet off the ground. So, all right, I hope that is helpful, Roulette. Good job. All right, so Joe, card number 3. Exactly, Roulette. And another thing about butterfly is when butterfly is pushing its way out of the cocoon, trying to get, like, spread those threads and make a way through the cocoon, butterfly has this fluid in its guts, and as it meets the resistance of the cocoon, as it's pushing through it, that's what pushes that fluid up into its wings so that it can fly. So know that any resistance, any challenges that you are experiencing right now are only making you stronger. All right, Joe. Ha ha! All right, Joe, you got Mountain Lion. Mountain Lion is about leadership. Wow, you guys have been doing a lot of work since the last time I saw you. Oh. And Joe, you get the added bonus. Oops, let's see if I can do this. We got 3 little slugs having a party over next to us. So, awesome! Bonus! So, Mountain Lion is about leadership. I love slugs. Sorry. Squirrel! Slug! Mountain Lion is about leadership. It's about becoming the leader in your life. It's like knowing that slugs! Knowing that your heart is your authority. That's what makes a leader. Knowing that you are here for a purpose. You are here for your own purpose. And there is nobody that can tell you what that purpose is other than you. No one has the authority to tell you why you're here or what you need to do. That is totally and completely in your own heart. And so it's listening to your heart, answering the call of your heart, doing what brings you joy, and being territorial about that, right? It's like someone comes in and says, well, okay, I can see what you're doing, but maybe if you did this instead, or if you introduced this idea or whatever, it's like, no. Rawr, hiss. It's like defending that territory, keeping those boundaries, knowing who is allowed inside of that line and who is not. And so there's also a nuance of Mountain Lion about the ability to communicate and express your feelings. Because the teeth, the roar, the hiss, the scream, those are all part of a language, communication to avoid violence, to avoid conflict. We look at that and we think, oh, there's looking for a fight. It's like, no, that is a sign that she's not looking for a fight. She's trying to hold the peace, to set boundaries. And so it's that being able really to believe in yourself, to believe in your own purpose. Because, like I've said before, your heart is what connects you to Creator. And your heart is what connects you to every living thing. And so we're like a giant orchestra. You have your own unique frequency. You have your own unique purpose, your own unique instrument, your own unique part to play in the bigger orchestra. And so as long as you are following your heart, you are watching the conductor, creator, divinity, whatever. And so as long as you are following that, you are in harmony with everyone and everything else. And there's no needing to ask permission, no needing to explain away what you're doing, rationalize, make excuses. You don't need to justify yourself to anyone. Your heart is your authority. And as long as you're moving from your heart, you basically can do no wrong, because it's automatically, if it's for your highest good, it's automatically for the highest good of all beings. Nothing that is for your highest good can be to the detriment of anyone else. So this is like finding your voice, finding your authority, finding your boundaries, your territory. And aggressively holding those boundaries, right? I always think about, like, you hear about like Hollywood directors or artists and different things that they don't play well with others, right? Because they're the ones that have the vision for what a movie needs to look like, right? A director has the vision. And so if they're hard to work with, it's because they're holding that vision. They're holding the boundaries. They know how great this movie can be. And so they demand nothing less than perfection from the actors, right? And the actors who are, some actors really get into the part. Some actors are just there for the money or whatever, just kind of phone it in. But the director is the one who has the vision, who can see what it's going to look like on the other side. And so that they tend to roar a lot. They tend to hiss a lot. They have very strong ideas and opinions about what needs to happen and who needs to do what. But that's just being a good director. That's just being a good artist, a good creator. And defending that vision. It's not, and there's limits too. It's like you shouldn't be shutting down people or like harassing them or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but it's like there's a vision in your heart, the way for your life, or what you are meant to accomplish. And no one else gets a say in that. And anyone that tries to divert you or tag along with you, like ride on your coattails or whatever, it's like roar, right? It's like get away. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm kind of going in circles now, but I'm hoping that makes sense. And like I said at the beginning, it's like this is a sign of how well you are doing. So Killian did a reading for Joe on yesterday and got leadership. Leaders don't create followings. True leaders do not create followings. true leaders create more leaders, because by following your purpose, following your heart, you make it, you kind of give other people permission to follow their own heart. You put on display what it looks like to follow your heart. And it makes other people feel safe to follow their own. So, I hope that helps. All right, Deb, you are next. Card number 4. All right, Deb, you got elk. Elk in reverse. Elk is about stamina. Elk has the ability to run for hours and hours and hours at the same pace without getting tired. In reverse, it can be a sign that you need to rest, that okay, I don't know how this is going to come across. But what I'm getting is kind of what they're telling me is, it's like, in reverse, it's like elk has tired himself out because he's been running in the wrong direction or toward the wrong destinations. It was like seeking something, seeking some destination, but he was headed in the wrong direction. So he ended up running, 10 times as far, 10 times further than he had to if he had been pointed in the right direction. Does that make sense, Deb? So it's kind of like it's a time for a rest, time for a break, time to reevaluate what it is you're shooting for, what it is you're aiming for. And it's about focus. You're overextended this week? Awesome. Not awesome, but yeah. In reverse, elk can be that it's like you're exhausted. You've been running in circles. It's like, rather than running toward your destination, it feels like running around like getting there in a roundabout way rather than running straight for it. It's kind of like, what it reminds me of is back in the late 80s, early 90s, I discovered Ramtha, who lives in Yelm, Washington, about an hour and a half from here. And one of the things that Ramtha used to say is, don't manifest the money for the shoes. Manifest the shoes. It's like, focus on what you actually want, not the means to get what you want, if that makes sense. Know that you're worthy of anything that you desire. Know that whatever it is, you deserve it. You are worthy of it, right? And so don't manifest the money for the shoes. Manifest the shoes. Go all the way. Don't come at it sideways or in a roundabout way trying to make all the parts fit together, right? It's like the cosmic GPS system. Create, you set that intention, you set your destination. You don't go to your GPS and say, well, I'm just going to put in, 6 blocks away from my destination because that's all I deserve and I can walk the rest of the way, right? No, you put in the final destination. So focus on what it is you actually want, not what you think you have to get first. Put in that final destination, and then the universe will make sure that you take the quickest, easiest, smoothest path to get there. A path that will energize you rather than exhausting you. Does that make sense? I hope it seems like from your comments that does make sense. But focus on what you desire, not on what you think you deserve. So, all right, awesome. I'm glad that made sense, Deb. Because you deserve everything. All right, Amaral, you are next, my friend. Card number 5 for anyone who's following it by number. Coloring by number. Oh, good. I'm glad that explains a lot about this week. All right, Amaral. You got Lynx, but you got her upright. All right, what I'm getting for you, I heard that some people believe that the Sphinx was actually a lynx rather than a lion. And there's the whole thing about the riddle of the Sphinx and all of that. What I'm getting is trying to figure out how to put this into words. It's not about the answers, it's about the questions, right? Because we will never find the answers. Answers mean perfection, right? I was talking about that earlier. But answers mean perfection, means end of the road. Journey's over, everything is complete. And we will never, ever reach that point. Because there's always something more to discover, something more to explore. And so this is about like letting go of the answers and learning to ask the correct questions. Questions should lead to more questions. And it's the questions that lead us forward. It's the curiosity, right? That is the motivating impulse within all life. You know, we tend to think, we have a tendency to use what if questions against us, like what if I die? What if they come at me? But what if is used in the other way. It's like, it's that divine question. Well, what if this? What if that? What will it look like if I became human for a lifetime? What would it look like if I lived on another planet? What if I did this? What if I did that? It's about curiosity and exploration. Again, like I mentioned Ramtha, one of the things that Ramtha talked about was that what actually caused the Big Bang in Western terms and was, you know, God's source wondering what it would be like to experience these different things. And that is what created the Big Bang, that created this illusional dream of a universe. And we are each facets of that divinity, making known the unknown. And so it's like we are all here. We keep thinking that we came for to fulfill certain destinies or to fulfill prophecies and to do this and to do that. But what we're here to do is to explore, to ask the questions. Well, wait, what if I go over there? What if I look at it from this perspective? What does it look like then? You know, there's a Star Trek Next Generation episode that I love because it's some alien race infiltrates the Enterprise, right? But they blend in and they do this whole thing. They take over the Enterprise and then they make an agreement with the captain and everyone that they're going to put everything back exactly the way it was. They'll never even know they were there. And so they put everything back together, except they miss one little detail. And that one little detail just spurs on the curiosity until the crew of the Enterprise unravels everything that had happened, that they had agreed to forget about, that they forgot that they had agreed to forget about. And so they had to make an agreement with that alien race again, that the alien race would kind of reset everything again exactly as it was, because it's that curiosity. That's why they were out in space, is because of curiosity, to explore strange new worlds, right? To discover. And so any little discrepancy is going to wake up their sense of curiosity. And so I think what they did, they made sure that when they reset it the first time, they reset Data as well, the android. And he's the one that spotted the discrepancy that spurred on the entire episode. And so they left Data alone in full knowledge. And so that he would keep that to himself. He had the agreement, the captain ordered him not to speak forth any discrepancies he saw. And so they were able to go on as if nothing happened. But the point being, it's that curiosity, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. That's what we are here to do. We're here to experience what no one has experienced before. And so it's the riddle of the Sphinx. It's learning the questions to ask for the Sphinx to allow you past. The Sphinx is a gatekeeper, a guardian. And so knowing the right things to ask, the right riddles to ask, even though in mythology it's the Sphinx who asks the riddle, but you get my point. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was all over the place, Amaral. The point being that you're doing it. Right, Tammy? Tammy, your comment's too long for me to really read it all the way, but you're the one that had links upside down, so I love that what I said for Amaral is speaking to you. And it's the asking the questions, discovering more questions, allowing the questions to carry you on to new worlds, new civilizations, right? So good job, Amaral. Good job, Tammy, for seeing that. Awesome. All right, my friend Davlin, you are next. Let's see what we have for Davlin. All right, Devlin, you got Crow in reverse. So Crow, I'm just trying to filter it into words, what I'm getting. This is actually perfect for where you are. I know you just graduated. Your life is opening up. Oh, you had Crow for your last reading too? Awesome. Crow in reverse can be kind of the rebel. And you know, it's not, it tends to be, how do I put it? Sometimes the rebel seems to be a bad thing. Oh, I'm so glad that resonated, my Emerald. That's exactly it. What if I just work? What if I'm work what I'm aligned to do, but enjoy and create your own journey? That's exactly it. That's all the universe will ever ask of you. So Davlin, this is kind of the rebel, right? Crows tend to see patterns, and they see how to get what they want or need from the patterns, how things work together, how the system works. And so it's kind of utilizing the system to get where they want to go. But at the moment, I know your world is kind of opening up. You've got new vistas ahead of you, new things. And it's kind of this, in reverse, Crow is kind of about for you, it's like this necessary rebellion as a way of figuring out what is you and what is your shadow. That discernment between who are you and what parts of your life are projections from you upon life, what parts of your life are others' projections onto you, and where are you? Who are you at the center of it all, right? The picture has the crow looking at his shadow, trying to figure out which one is really him. Is this his true self, or is he looking at his true self, right? So in reverse, it's kind of you know, it's anybody's guess which one is the real crow, right? So I think it's actually a good thing. It's like, there are no wrong turns. There are no wrong decisions, right? No matter what you do, everything you experience becomes a pearl of wisdom. So even the bad stuff, right? Like even in extreme cases, like for instance, people who, some people, how do I put this? I'm thinking of like people who have struggled with addiction. Some people who have had the hardest time in life dealing with like addictions and traumas and all of that kind of thing become the strongest advocates for others, the ones that are steadfast in their sobriety, in their own path, right? And so it's the so-called missteps. And I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I'm not saying you're making mistakes and missteps all over the place or anything. But it's like, this is like the fledgling bird learning how to fly. Not knowing which branches can hold its weight or not. But that's okay because the bird has wings. Right? There's actually this beautiful song I love. Be like the bird who pauses in its flight on a branch so slight that it gives way beneath her, but sings, sings, knowing she's got wings, but sings, sings, knowing she has wings. So you can't fall. You are in the process of delineating what is right for you and what is not right for you. And so you try things out. Oh, that didn't work. That doesn't feel right. So I'm going to go try this over there, right? That song, it's, there's a group called Libana, Libana. And they do all kinds of these beautiful folk songs and chants and stuff. You can look it up on YouTube or Spotify. So I think that's exactly what's going on for you, figuring out what is for you and what's not for you. But always remember that song. You can't fall because you have wings, right? And you have loving friends and family who support you no matter what. And so you can try different things and people might think you're crazy and you know, they say, I just read an article about until adults are 25, there are certain parts of their brain that hasn't completely, oh, you know, Libana, Deb, yeah, I love them. There's certain parts of an adult, like until an adult is 25 years old, there's part of their brain that hasn't quite developed yet. And so, until you're 25, it's like you're expected to do insane things. Because on some level, you are still insane. Even if you get good grades, you're disciplined, you do everything right, you make healthy choices, etc. There might be some things that you do that make no sense. It don't even make sense to you. You don't know why. But in all of those cases, from a soul level, you do all of those things for the benefit of the experience, the learning. Okay, now I know if I do this, here's the result. Again, the what if questions. What if I do that? What if I do this? Right? And you get results. There's no judgment. There's no good or bad. Even the people who make, like I said, some of the people who have made the worst choices in the world become the strongest, most kindest and gentlest people in the world, right? While other people making the same choices will end up just, you know, giving up the ghost per se. So, but enjoy the shadows, right? Like I was saying with your mom's card, with links reversed, there is nothing in the shadows for you to fear, because you are light. You are eternal love. That is your essence. So if you haven't hit the light yet, you just haven't dug far enough. Keep digging. And so play with light and shadow. Find out who you are. This is a beautiful time of life, adventure and excitement and chaos and the whole realm of emotions and such, right? But no matter what happens, remember that you have wings. And you have people around you who will help you remember that you have wings. Okay? I hope that helps. All right. In other words, no matter how crazy things get, no matter what you're doing, what you're discovering, what new things you're exploring, it's all good. There is purpose to all of it. But don't let your mom and dad know that I told you that. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Think of something to bum. But it's the same as having wings. Think of Christmas, think of snow, think of sleigh bells, off you go like reindeer in the sky. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. That's why I said it. I know they're listening. All right, one more card, my friends. This card is for everybody, whether you got a one card reading or not. Haha. All right. So, bear in reverse. Bear is introspection. Bear is the great mother. Usually bear is introspection. Usually when bear comes up, it's about going into the womb, returning to the darkness, resting. I'm just trying to feel into it. Give me a moment. I'm trying to feel into what's the message for tonight. Okay. So, I know it's the 4th of July weekend, etc. It's summertime. The weather is beautiful. It's hot. Everyone is out and about having fun. But remember to stay, how do I put it? Do all the activities, do all the craziness of summer, do all of those things, but don't forget to rest as well. Enjoy the light, enjoy the dark. When it's light out, run, play, enjoy. When it's dark out, rest, rejuvenate, recover, okay? It's like the inhale and exhale, breathing. Exhale, go running, go play, go swimming, go hiking, whatever it is. Go crazy. And when it's dark, when it comes to nighttime, I mean, you can still, I'm not saying as soon as the sun goes down, you get into bed. I'm not saying that, but make sure you are resting, make sure you are hydrating, make sure you are taking care of yourself so that you have more energy, so that you have more awareness, so that you can more consciously and mindfully enjoy yourself. Does that make sense? Don't overextend yourself. Don't run yourself to exhaustion. There's no need to do that. Run and play, and then when you're tired, rest. And then when your energy regains, go play and run until you're tired, and then rest. It's like the old Buddhist thing about, you know, when you're hungry, eat. When you're tired, rest. There's a third one, and I don't remember what it is right now, but anyway, so you get my meaning. It's like action and introspection. Don't integrate all the things you are learning inside into your outer life as you go about the world, as you're more active, more social. Don't cast the spiritual stuff aside. Don't cast aside all the things you've been learning, you know, in the meantime. Bring that with you and allow that to deepen your experience. Deepen your relationships. Deepen the experiences that you have. See the meaning in the different happy surprises and synchronicities that happen in your life. Okay? So that is it for tonight, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember that I am here to help you. If you got something out of you, enjoy my work, and you would like a personal reading, you can connect with me on my website, which is perchingwolfstudios.net. And you can sign up for a session right there. You can see the other things I offer, other shamanic services, healings and teachings and readings, all kinds of good stuff. And I am going to share this video to my Facebook page. I'm also going to upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel, where I have over 3 years worth of these videos. So, if you forgot what I said tonight, you can rewatch it there. You can subscribe to my channel. You can like my videos, which help to pop me up in the algorithms and everything. And if you ever need guidance, you can pick one of those videos at random and choose a number, choose the card, and see what guidance you get. Those videos, the energy is just as vital now as it was when I filmed them. So have fun. Also, if you enjoy my work and want to support your local shaman, I'm going to have my PayPal information in the description under this video when I post it. And anything that you wish to give me, I so gratefully accept. It's like my job is to support you, the community that supports me. It's a reciprocity. It's that beautiful infinity loop that continues to give and receive and give and receive. It's a relationship. And that's beautiful. I so appreciate every one of you. Thank you for watching me Thank you for supporting me by watching this video, by sharing this video, by reaching out when you need some guidance and support. And Wednesday, I will be doing my normal Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. I actually have my pipe here. I was doing ceremony before the video. And I'm going to be doing a live video at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Also, if you're curious about the things I talk about here, if you're curious about shamanism, want to know what it is a shaman, what do they do, what does a shamanic path look like, next week, July 11th, on that Tuesday from 6 to 9, I am going to be teaching my Introduction to Shamanic Journey class, where not only will you learn the particulars about shamanism, where it came from, what it is, what it's not, the cosmology of shamanism, all of that, the informational stuff. You are also going to learn the technique of shamanic journey, which is the technique that shamans all over the globe have used for over 100,000 years to gain direct revelation from their own spirit guides. And so you get to meet one of your own spirit animal guides. That in itself is worth the price of admission. So if that's interesting to you, you can check out that information on my website as well as on my Facebook page. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for joining me. And I think that's it for now. So thank you so much. I will see you next week or on Wednesday if you join me then. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. All right. Bye.